Today we live in the world whereby technology is leading as development engine. Via information communication technologies ICTs, the world became as a village whereby people communicate and interact regardless the long distance between them, what is called the global village. Nowadays, the whole world is striving to have an information society which is able to move with the digital era. ICTs are being used in all sectors of human life, especially in education as a cornerstone of any country's development. In this context, Rwanda isn't left behind. In 2008, Rwanda adopted the One Laptop Per Child project or LPC. This project aims at enhancing education via the introduction of technology in primary schools, whereby every public primary school student is supposed to have a laptop computer. 4 years now that OLPC was introduced in Rwandan education. What is its impact to the primary education? To answer this question, I conducted a study at École Primaire d'Application de Kimihurura located in Kimihurura sector in Gasabo district and in Kankigali Primary School located in Nyarugenge district in Kigali city. These schools are among the first ones to have adopted the OLPC in 2009.
I'm going to show you how to open this laptop, how to cross, and how I enter in the program I want. Like this. You wait. I know blouse. I know speak. I know touch jump. You can study map. There is a map here. Okay, it can help you when you are go in other country. You can show the country you go in, like DRC. Say hello and speak this.
The pupils know to write stories, pronounce English words, take photos, listen to the music, and so forth.
Hano kuri handitse hello, ushobora kuba twabisiba tukandikamo amagambo ushaka kavuga.
Rege nshaka najya kuri iyi cyangwa iyi ariko njye nahisemo iyi.
To explain you, it is activity paint. This is a table, and I am going to paint it. They show me a picture in the boy's arm. There is a malaria. It is in her body. He was not infected with malaria parasite out of over his body that made him ill. Malaria is going in different ways.
Gusoma ushobora kwifotora ugasengamo amafoto, ushobora gukora ibintu bitandukanye cyane, ushobora no kwandikamo notes ukazisengamo.
Not only is OLPC relevant to the students, but also to their teachers in terms of course preparation and teaching.
They help teachers to get new information, and even it creates it's a source of motivation to the learners and also to the teachers. You know, when teachers are using these laptops, they don't use more energy as if they are using pieces of chalk.
Are you sure? No. Good but wrong, yes? Yes. Mixture is? what?
Learned through the blackboard, through books, through activity given by teachers. Now, after receiving the laptop, we have 1 hour on 11 o'clock before they go at home. We discover some things. Then there is a critical thinking about activity on laptop.
For my own preparation, for example, when I'm looking for biology, because it has a Wikipedia program with some definitions.
We use it when we want to know how to pronounce certain words. You can use it in searching, in playing music, in writing.
In this project, a teacher plays the role of a facilitator rather than being an instructor as it is in the traditional education, where the teacher uses the chalks and the blackboard.
All together? Yes. And then sometimes the customers have to come to get something there. All together? Yes. What are the things do you have as a shopkeeper? What are the things do you have? Yes? They are in your shop. Me, teacher. Yes? Me, teacher.
How is the importance of OLPC measured? The Chief Technical Officer within OLPC Coordination in Rwanda Education Board, Eric Kimenyi, says they measure it through visiting the students at their schools and observe their attitudes in front of laptops, and they organize national competitions in which students showcase computer skills.
There are various ways which when we visit schools, we just see how the students interact with the laptops. When we have visitors around, we see how they get prepared for it. But in terms of, if you want a document or a documentation of the impact, we haven't created that yet. Because, like I was saying, it's a process that we started. We are planning on doing it. But at the moment, when we visit the schools, we see how they interact with the laptops, where kids will actually show what they can do.
The OLPC can play a crucial role in socio-economic development once it is well implemented, and these laptops are used in all subjects in daily class activities.
When it comes, it would be easier for teachers because we're using computers. It is mostly children-centered rather than a teacher talking everything.
If kids who start primary 4, primary 5 and 6, if they start learning how to code, how to program, how to express themselves, how to make little designs using a computer, improving the computer skills at a young age. These are kids that will grow up and be the next Bill Gates maybe, or even bigger. But if we can start at this stage and we're providing them with such, and we continue like this, there will eventually be a significant role they will play towards the development.
Despite the fact that OLPC is a development engine in education, it suffers from challenges related to the lack of regular trainings for teachers, lack of permanent and qualified technicians at the schools, codes, lack of access to the internet connection and technological infrastructures, among others.
So the challenges with these, specifically, first of all, is that we are not fully trained. We were only given some basic notion, but we don't know how to utilize the fully. So another challenge is that this one is entitled to be using server, but so far we don't have it here. We don't have internet access. So that is another challenge. And the second challenge is that, when we even teach the children, since they don't go home with them, and we have the period for this once a week. So once a week, it means next week, even what we learned, they have already forgotten. But if they had a chance to go with them home, they would keep learning.
The problem of ICT infrastructures is serious in rural areas where there is no electricity. Kankigali School, though it's located in the city, faces some of the challenges, including lack of electricity.
For example, as you know, electricity, there is when it is on, it appears, it is on and off. And you know when a machine is connected and we don't have electricity, you can't do anything. You can't go ahead when a teacher is teaching and the power goes off, a teacher cannot continue teaching. Even there is when they put in some codes, which we, for us as teachers who are not well experienced and who are not having enough skills, for us we can't open them. So we wait those who are well trained from the Ministry of Education. Of course, they don't. For instance, we've been having them here when their worker came in this April, told us that the code which was in those laptops got expired, and nothing else we could do. We could just wait for them. So we waited. You see now from January to today, they've been just kept. Even language is still a barrier. You know, when we adopted this system of using English, teaching in Anglophone, there were some teachers who were Francophone. So these laptops really need English as a language. So some of the teachers are still seeing it as a barrier, so that they can't teach, they can't use them well.
Back at Don Bosco, where they have some technological materials, including a server for the internet connection, but the server doesn't function due to the lack of a technician. The school also faces the problem of insufficient training of teachers.
I started teaching here since 2010, and until now I didn't get any training to this OLPC.
OLPC faces an issue of shifting system in public schools, whereby some students attend classes in the morning and others in the afternoon.
The number of laptops we have, which is not the same as the number of the pupils we have, we give them in shifts. When P6 are using them, P4 cannot get what to use.
This system can turn one laptop per child project into one laptop per 2 children.
It's not going to be easy. There's been thoughts of how we can make the laptops, they can become infrastructure of the school. There's an idea of saying let the laptops stay at school and the students use them at school. But there's also plans of saying if we have morning and afternoon shift, that means it's 2 kids to 1 laptop. So 1 kid can use it for 1 week, the other kid can use it for the following week.
In developing countries, computers can be distraction tools rather than pedagogical ones because students can't manipulate a computer while starving. The lack of technological awareness for some head teachers and teachers is a very big issue, hindering the OLPC project. To overcome this challenge, trainings are being organized and servers are being installed in the schools. When the laptops are broken or stolen, head teachers are required to report the case to the OLPC head office in REB, and the issue is handled.
Teachers who are not aware, we train them. The first training we've been doing is basics. We are now starting the design for the second phase training, which it's a bit more in details. Because the first time we've just given them the laptops, so they need to know what is in it, how to switch it on, how to switch it off, and the basics. So now with the movement, with the plan of moving on to the second phase training is where there will even be a bit of technical training. Once we give the laptops to a school, we go and train them for a period of 5 days, a week with them. So after that, we go on to the next school. So after training for the 5 days, each school we leave them a copy of this training guide. For public schools, when they're broken, we fix them. It's part of our maintenance and support plan. They bring it over here, they report the case, they bring it here, we diagnose the problem, we see what the issue is, then we work with our logistics department and get a part to replace it with. When it's stolen, what we do is we ask the head of schools to report the case to the local authorities, police, head of the sector, and they should have a copy of the report.
In the framework of Vision 2020, the government of Rwanda is committed to use ICT in most of its activities in order to facilitate the rapid socio-economic development. However, the Rwanda ICT sector profile published in 2012 by the Ministry of Youth and ICT indicated that the OLPC project in Rwanda has still a long way to go. The report shows that over 2,594 primary schools, the rate of the schools covered by OLPC is 11.25%. The percentage of schools connected to the internet is 6.17%, and the schools with networked computer labs are 3.12%. The gap between the above statistics is awful. Therefore, the Ministry of Education of Rwanda, the Ministry of Infrastructure, the Ministry of ICT and EWASA should cooperate to find the solution. As ICT network infrastructure is currently concentrated in Kigali City, ICT penetration rate is also higher in Kigali in comparison with the provinces. The rural schools should be provided with generators or solar panels for electricity. Each school with OLPC should be given a qualified IT technician to repair the laptops instead of reporting technical issues to the OLPC headquarters. More and regular trainings for teachers should be organized to overcome the problem of technical awareness. Finally, the OLPC program should also take private schools into consideration to avoid the problem of digital divide.